What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're gonna have a little fun with Slappy here, with SS Marie and Genitz, all green types who had the advantage against Immortal Victor. Now, I realize that Immortal Victor is the easiest dungeon of them all, but it's the only one we have available right now. And we're just going to show just how good these characters are. And Yuri really is going to be like an Immortal Dungeon Queen because of her leadership. I mean, having this increased All-Star Fighter attack by 45% and the PG rate by 20%, it's just insane. Like, for all the BS, the SS, all the All-Star characters, all the collaboration characters, that leadership applies to all of them, regardless of being defense, attack, balance. It doesn't matter, regardless of their color. As long as they're an all-star fighter, a collaboration, a BS, an SS, that leadership applies to them, which is insane. And another reason that Yuri is going to be so good for this is obviously because the typical 30% PG rate, so she can do that nice 3 PG, right? The dot that she has, the burn, right? The extra deal burn damage equals 70% of attack, and which is pretty awesome because she's always dealing burn. Even though she has dot explosion, that's another thing about this character. Whenever she's facing other dungeons where using dot explosion is going to help, like against Immortal Nyx, Immortal Most, she's going to be awesome, right? She's going to be awesome because one, she's going to keep applying dot the entire time, but she's going to do the explosion. Against Immortal Most, she's actually going to stun the boss, which is amazing. Another thing that's going to make her so awesome for this is that she casts a shield. And that shield, as long as it's above 50%, it's going to be on a 15-second cooldown. The shield lasts for 7 seconds, so every other 8 seconds, that shield is going to be up. Even though she's an attack type, she's going to have an insane amount of survivability because of this, not to mention the core passive from being the SS fighter for her and King, decreased damage received by 70% for 3 seconds when accumulated attacks received, guard included, reaches 5 times, and that's on a 20-second cooldown. So not only does she have the shield, but she also has this decreased damage received, which is amazing. And I have noticed that sometimes on auto, she will actually charge up her first skill a little bit and shoot it, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool that she does that. You know, getting all the increased target damage received, right, by 30% when it's fully charged. When it's not fully charged, you just tap the first skill, it's 20%, right? She got the increased attack on her second skill, the hyper armor on the second skill, and then the third skill has the dot explosion, but she's, you know, but it does remove the burn, but she still keeps applying burn because of her core passive. Yuri's freaking insane. We just got one Empress Stone, level 10 character. We're just running the Akane set on the character. You're completely free to play set. I don't have my fame system leveled up for these green fighters. Nothing. My fame system's only leveled up for purple and blue, Rugal and Leona. And you see her CP, 46,000, right? She does have max caps on her. Now, Genitz here, you know, he does have a pretty good build, right? But this is a character that's always available in the game. You know, he's got max capsules. He's got 78,000 CP. As far as his imprint stones, you know, he's got a double attack in the first stone. He's got an HP stone in the second stone. And then he's got a double attack on his third stone. Only one of them have bleed. If all three of these had bleed, they would stack on top of each other. And then for his card set, we're just running the Noah sets. I mean, if I would have ran Akane, it'd been even better, but honestly, we're not going to need to do this. You're going to see how easy this actually is. And then we're just going to run this 3PG. Just wanted to show off Genitz's 3PG on this version of Genitz. Plus, Genitz has the bleed, which is going to allow us to do a lot more damage to Immortal Victor. And then I wanted to show a little love to SS Marie, right? This girl really didn't get much love at all. We got the Akane set on her. She's got her 3PG, but she really is an awesome character, man. I mean, those of you that played her in PvP, you know what I'm talking about. She's a pretty rough character to face. She's got the 30% PG rate. She's got the decreased damage received from defensive type enemies by 6%, which is awesome, especially for Immortal Dungeons because they're defensive type fighters, right? So she gets that extra decreased damage received, but then not only that, but she also gets the decreased damage received by 75% when attack if HP is 50%, right? And then she has a 50% chance to stun the attacker for 3 seconds when attacked, which makes her extremely good for PvP unless they have immune to stun. And then she can actually gain 20% power, which is awesome. She can reset her strike active skills upon landing the Felicit Parmentier, I probably mispronounced that, skill. And then she deals Starlight damage. And then, of course, she's got that Dead or Alive 6 core passive, where she decreased the damage received by 30%. So she's got the decreased damage received by 75%. She's got the decreased damage received by 30%, right? And that thing's going to be up almost all the time because it's only on a 5-second cooldown. Plus, this character doesn't get interrupted at all. This is something that really helps her as far as like in these immortal dungeons and really just in other game modes as well. Is, you know, because she has hyper armor first skill, she has, and it can be used while standing, right? So if she's getting hit, the AI a lot of times will automatically hit this skill because it's an interrupt skill. And then she has to increase target damage received by 26% on the next skill, and it's also an interrupt skill. Whenever she's knocked down, she actually gets up. This is another reason why she's pretty deadly in PvP, having 2 interrupt skills, and she can gain super armor on one skill, hyper armor on the other skill. And then she has this giant increased penetration by 1400 for 7 seconds, and then the attack buff, and then to deal radiant damage. Freaking awesome character. Honestly, man, Marie gets undersold big time. My phone's having some brain force here, kind of slowing down. And then she has a heal on top of that from her 3PG. So she's got the decreased damage received, she's got the heal. Her survivability is absolutely insane. And a big reason why, well, not on top of the damage, that she's going to be so good. She does have a good PG rate leadership or balanced type fighters. And the cool thing about this is, you know, I got 2 level 10 characters. None of them are leveled up from the fame system. And Guinness isn't even getting buffed up by Yuri's leadership. He's not an all-star fighter. All right, we'll just do this thing on auto. I'm so confident in this run that I know I can easily do this on auto. These characters will absolutely murder this thing. I'm trying to set up my phone here. There we go. Can I get this thing set up a little bit? There we go. All right. I'll watch this, man. This is just nothing but 3PG, 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 right? Honestly, I don't even need Guinness's 3PG to be able to do this. I guarantee it. I don't. I probably don't even need him to be leveled up. I mean, really, we've come to a point in the game where all this stuff just gets easier and easier and easier because of the power level of the characters that we have. They're just becoming so strong, right? They're just so insanely strong that it's not even funny. You know, they got all the survivability, some of them having the shields, all the high decreased damage receives. You know, they got the, you know, of course, they all got the hyper armor. They're, you know, the dot explosion, the increased target damage received. All these things are making these characters just insane. And I just love, by the way, just watching Yuri. Yuri is one of the funnest characters to play in this game, in my opinion. I really love her, and I wish I had the money to pull for her some more and try to get some more memories for the character. Really, her and King, because I think they're both amazing characters. It's just, you know, for me, I'm just in a place right now where I can't really go hog wild and just, you know, spend, you know, $200 or $300 trying to get all these characters, because if I could, I probably would, because, you know, as a content creator, I would love to have them leveled up, do some other comparisons, you know, but unfortunately I can't, because I'm just not in a good situation to be able to do that. But as you guys can see, all you see is nothing but 3PGs, core defaults, over and over and over and over. I mean, again, you really don't even need Guinness's 3PG. His default is very, very long. It stalls the timer for a long time as well. And I guarantee you do it. But I wanted to show him off a little bit with his 3PG, just to show that it is really, really strong on the character. Very useful to have. You know, plus that 3PG gives the extra critical rate on top of the critical rate that Guinness gets from his first skill, which means you're going to be, you know, doing a lot more critical hits. You're going to be doing a lot more bleed throughout the fight, which is really great against Immortal Victor. So you can do a lot more damage. And, you know, right now, you know, we're halfway into this fight. And we're pretty much about halfway there, right? As far as the 500 million. Yuri, man, freaking smacking that butt. All right, let's take a look at the score here. So right now we're at 203 million, right? And as the fight progresses and as we apply more bleed, we're going to do more and more damage throughout the fight. I mean, really, look at their life, guys. Like, look at Yuri and Marie's life. They haven't taken jack. They have barely taken any damage at all. And granted, Immortal Victor is the weakest amongst all of these dungeons, right? But I mean, you know, if you're a new player, I mean, Marie was free, right? She was free from the DOA 6 collaboration. And Yuri here, I mean, if you got her to level 10, I mean, we've already established that you can get enough rubies that you can pretty much go to the pity at least one time. And the chance of you getting at least one character and then you could get the memory selector at the end is pretty good for the most part. I mean, I know some people got pretty screwed, right? The rates are real complete crap in the banners, but I mean, people can a lot of times at least get one memory to that pity, have the character, and be able to at least give them to level 10. And people a lot of times ask me, is characters worth leveling, or are characters worth leveling up to level 10? And the answer is yes. SS and BS characters are just so over the top. Yeah, they're absolutely worth it. You can see right now what they're doing. They're surviving. They're not taking any damage. They're putting out an insane amount of damage. This is actually a worse run than what I had before. The run I had earlier, I actually hit 500 million already at this timestamp, right? So it's taking a little bit longer than normal, but we're still going to get it, right? Still going to get it on auto, on kickback, you know, no-handed, just sitting here bullcrapping with all of you guys, talking about how awesome these characters are, right? I am getting a little worried, but we got 10 seconds left. We're going to be seeing a lot of 3PGs yet. Oh, yeah. I mean, now you're seeing that the numbers just go up super, super fast. All we need is just 3PG, 3PG. There we go, there we go. There's the default. That's not exactly what we want. And, oh man, oh man, oh man. And I think we took it all the way to the end. Yeah, he's dead. Not bad. Ended on Yuri right there, which is pretty cool. I couldn't ask for a better finish, man. I couldn't ask for a better finish. So cool. And there you have it, guys. And like I said earlier, I did a test earlier where I did this and I had like 12, 13 seconds left and they finished it. You have a lot of RNG in these runs. But 500 million, all on their own, super, super easy. 2 level 10 characters with 1 imprint stone on them, right? I mean, my Guinness is built up, but still. I mean, he doesn't need to be that built up. If you were playing manually, playing yourself, playing on semi-auto, you could do even better. I mean, I guarantee you, I probably could have Guinness at like 2 or 3 stars and probably still get it done if I was manually playing, because you can actually spam your skills much more often. You're going to be doing a lot more damage throughout the fight. Really, really easy, man. Like, such amazing characters. I mean, this girl here, she really didn't get a lot of love in that DOA collaboration. She really is awesome. I mean, honestly. It's always like, whenever the green characters, the characters that are green, they kind of get pushed aside a little bit because, when it comes to Immortal Dungeons, their advantage is against the most difficult dungeon of them all, right? And that's kind of the thing that hurts their value. But people always tend to forget that you can still use the characters in the other dungeons. They're still applicable in the other dungeons, and they can still do very, very well, right? They can still kick butt because of all the survivability tools they have, because of all the damage they have. They're still super, super useful in those, especially a character like Yuri, right? Even Marie has the PG rate leadership for balanced type fighters, but Yuri has the PG rate leadership for all of the all-star fighters. I mean, this is just nuts, right? You come in here and you click on BS, SS, All-Star. I mean, she buffs up all of these characters. Yuri's leadership applies to every one of these characters that you're looking at. That is crazy, guys. That is absolutely insane that her leadership can work on every single one of these characters, which is just nuts, man. That is crazy. It's easily one of the best leaderships in the game. But, to boot, she's just an amazing character. So let me know how y'all feeling about Yuri and Marie getting it done. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.